By God, the video audio quality of this sucked. Hello and welcome to my very first commentary. Something that a lot of people have been asking me to do is to review one of my own reviews. And while I can understand why people want me to do that, I personally don't think it's a good idea just because of the sort of format or formula that my show tends to go on, which is watch a clip that includes a joke, make my own joke and comment about it, move on. So in order to review one of my own reviews, it would be clip with a joke, make a comment, make a comment. And I just think that would get really old really fast. Oh, the days before Mr. It had subtitles. So, yeah. Yeah, that was a joke that I really wanted to do because, really, Ben Stein really is the most boring person I've ever seen in my life. So, yeah, I should probably just start by answering some of the questions that I've been getting a lot about just the production of how I started this show. Well, the biggest one being, why reviews? Why do I review reviews? Honestly, it was because, much like other people who get into online reviewing, I was inspired by some of the big names, specifically Nostalgia Critic. And I didn't want to just review movies or games or something that just everybody else reviews. I wanted to do something relatively different, unique. And I don't remember how I ended up coming to reviews, but I did. And I really stand by it because, especially in this day and age, reviews are really just as much an art form as any other thing that gets critiqued. Yeah, like, forgive me if I pause a lot. When I don't have a script, I tend to pause and repeat myself. So, sorry about that. Another big question I get is, what's the deal with Mr. It? Like, why do I review my reviews with an Addams Family reject? Exposition, rush out ASAP. Sorry. Anyway, the in-universe reason I hope to get into in a separate video. So, look forward to that. And the real-life reason is because it all started with an old friend of mine named Seth Erickson, who, like, you'll see his name in the credits of every video that Mr. It is a part of. And anyway, and so when we were in high school, Seth, who had this really long blonde hair, would come in, he'd bring in the top hat and the sunglasses, he would comb his hair in front of his face, and he would be Mr. It. Not Cousin It, Mr. It. And it was probably during my sophomore year in high school, about 2 years before I actually started doing the show, where I brought up the idea of doing this to him, and he came up with the idea of, I'm so alone. Yeah, anyway, he came up with the idea of using Mr. It as sort of a sidekick, sort of thing, where I would be mostly taking my job very seriously, and Mr. It would constantly appear to undermine me. And again, sorry about my pauses. Like, originally, Mr. It was just going to be a character more like Leader or Dr. Isano, where he would only appear occasionally, though he would be more prevalent in reviews than those characters are. He'd kind of be like
to say that.
Kind of like how Malcolm and Tamara are in Modern Nostalgia Critic. A, a side cast member who appears quite often. But when I actually got around to doing the show, I realized there was no really good way for me to frame the shot with enough room for Mr. It to come in when I wanted him to. So I decided, you know what, screw it, I'll keep him on permanently. And just have him be a constant on-screen presence. And I really like the decision so far. I am so glad that I have Mr. Id on the show. I think it's a great addition. There are some people who don't like him, but the majority of people do like him, so if anybody wants me to get rid of him, too bad. Yeah, one thing that I still get comments on to this day on my first 40 or so episodes of Review Reviewer is the audio-video quality. It was because when I started doing the show, I just had a standard definition camera. And yeah, it just sounded terrible. Like, the video quality I don't think was that bad, but the audio quality I just... Yeah, that is really fucking creepy. Yeah, I love Mr. Id's look.
I don't want to look cute. Cute's like when you're 9 years old and you've got paper mache around your head.
Oh my god.
I want to look slutty.
Yeah, and also this was before I knew how to use my screen capture software, and the audio fucked up. The funny thing about that is, I was not old enough to drink at the time I filmed that, at least not in the U.S.
Oh, don't worry, not that way.
I already had an abortion.
That joke.
Okay, that's a little disturbing.
Yeah, that's one thing I do pride myself on, is just my facial expressions. I think they work really well.
You second me.
I think he said something like, hey, I need a shower or something like that. Or I'm gonna go cry.
Patient has finally arrived. Late again, I see. Could this be an expression of hostility, Doc? Come on, Doc.
I loved these guys growing up. I thought that the ghosts were hilarious. I don't know why. See Mr. It dance like that, it's just hilarious to me.
Looking through the attic, Casper just so happens to find a dress for Cat.
Wow, it was my mom's.
Unfortunately, she has the exact same size as a 12-year-old girl.
God forbid Casper's mom was 12 at some point in her life.
Sorry, I'm having trouble thinking about what to talk about.
I guess, if you like looking like Grandma Moe's.
So that's gonna be a no on the slutty ones then?
Yeah, Mr. It loves the slutty ones.
Well, Casper finds an old sled. And memories
That's like one characterization that
start to return to
is kind of based off of Seth himself, is that Mr. It is a bisexual sex ball, pretty much.
So much fun.
You don't want me that close to a man's mouth again.
Yeah, like, I'll be honest, I've never seen Citizen Kane, so I don't know. Like, it was well before my time, and I haven't seen a lot of movies that were made before I was born. Hell, I haven't seen a lot of movies that were made after I was born anyway.
it's the chair operated by the Zool dog.
That would be a fun ride.
Hey, I think we just found Universal's next big attraction.
What is this? It's what brings ghosts back to life.
Yeah,
So yeah, Casper's father had
yeah, that was a really weird plot point in the movie.
to bring Casper back to life.
And I remember during this bit,
Yeah, remember?
Casper turned into a fried egg.
I'm sorry,
It's weird.
And they just so happened to find
funny because, like, I remember enjoying this movie a lot growing up.
One of them can die, get in the vault, and be resurrected. Kerrigan accidentally gets the axe as she
Surprisingly.
back in Ghost form.
Yeah, I did not remember this movie having so much bad language, and there's the nostalgia critic, of course, there's a line. Like, I sort of have a petition going to make it so that anytime anybody uses the "of course" meme, they have to pull the one from Kikassia.
Really juggles more pointless storylines than a Star Wars prequel.
Me?
No, it's okay. I got it.
Yeah, that was one of my less well thought out jokes. Juggling plot points. I fear that didn't work.
Hey, her screaming voice turned into the nostalgia critic.
Tell me
He's not wrong. That is his voice. And yet later he's able to grab Casper to pull him into the pool. It's ridiculous. I have the power! Actually, yeah, Eric Idle as Merlin in Shrek the Third was... I actually thought it was hilarious.
Oh, I guess God heard her. Good thing he was keeping an ear out.
And this is...
Oh, God, kill me now.
This is one of my favorite jokes I've ever done.
Hello. Hey, God. Kerrigan says she doesn't have any more unfinished business.
This is probably one of my favorite jokes Family Guy has ever done, too.
A ball? That's your treasure? Are you kidding? It's autographed
What a twist!
by the Brooklyn Doctor.
Really? We wasted a whole entire plot point just for that. If I was actually interested in this movie, I'd be
You mean you're not? I guess there are still plenty of jokes I could have made about this.
pops up to show its ugly death. It appears Cat's father fell down a cliff and turned into a ghost himself, which of course means they're gonna use the machine to bring him back instead. They enjoy their reunion, the bad girl and the bad boy.
Okay.
Frank, that, to be honest, I really don't follow.
People are gonna
Yeah, that is a stupid idea for a prank.
We're gonna be wearing a costume!
Oh my God, that's genius.
You magnificent bastard, I read your book! Yeah, that is the power of hindsight. You come up with so many jokes after you've already produced the video.
Last-minute cliches, Cat's mother appears in hellish red colors as a guardian angel, which gives Casper the gift of lighting one more time.
Yeah, I have no idea how they're able to do that. To be able to bring the ghost back to life.
What's the song playing blue? How do you explain that, critic? Ha.
Me.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
So the mother also makes an appearance to her husband so that she can finally say goodbye.
You and Kat loved me so well when I was alive, but I have no unfinished business.
Also, is it me, or is she waving her arms every time she enters and leaves? What do you
Quack.
think, Doc?
Well, look at the plus side. At least you don't have to deal with that annoying ass dog.
I wish I could have animated that, but I did not know how at the time. Like, if I made this video today, I probably could have, but
Because Baines, hell, I haven't even gotten up to bat.
Just be happy you made the team.
I will never get tired of making jokes about my lackluster love life. Just because it is so funny.
Not bad for my first party, huh?
Although, quite frankly, I do not remember her having this many of those jokes in this one review.
Leopard skin
Prince, what? Oh, so I did make that joke. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen this review.
for a story about ghosts. It seems like
That reminds me. If anyone ever asks what was the hardest review for me to ever make, it was this one. Just because the editing process on this video was complete shit. Like, I was just starting working with my video editor. I was using the free version at the time, and it would constantly crap out on me while I was editing. And then when I finally finished editing the video, I'm like, okay, produce. And then I get this notice because I'm using the free version, there will be a watermark on the video. And I'm thinking, nah, it might just be some transparent thing in the bottom corner of the video. I can deal with that. And then, after I clicked OK, I realized the watermark was this relatively decent-sized white and red lettering in the middle of the video. And I'm just like, why? It pissed me off so much. But then I realized that the watermark was only there for exactly 1 minute. It would disappear for 3 minutes and then be back for exactly 1 minute and then just keep going on like that for the entire running time of the video. And so what I ended up doing was I went back into the video and I edited in random pictures of Mr. It just to cover the watermark, and then I'd produce the video and then go into Windows Movie Maker and edit out the watermark. Now, I really should do more jokes like this where, like, I'm not in my regular spot and, like, do some sort of sketch. Anyway, yeah, that was how I was doing my videos for a good, like, year and a half, I want to say. Eventually, my editing software was having a sale, like a 50% off sale, so I'm just like, screw it, I'll buy the full version, take out one very tedious part of my editing process. This is probably my favorite part of the Nostalgia Critic's entire review, was just him running around the convention floor like a madman. Like, that's something I've always wanted to do. Like, hey, the next convention I go to, I kind of want to, like, go in as, like, Dr. Risano or something, and have someone be a cameraman, and, like, I spend the entire her video, like, in character. Well, the universe should have imploded. Yeah, that's pretty much whatever I do. Like, there are so many times when I could make a joke, I just have no idea what. And, like, I'll just say, there's a joke I can make here. Love Back to the Future. Love those movies. I do find it amazing how we actually managed to get an entire mob behind him for this.
Well, there's only one way to finish this with some dignity.
Yeah, I remember I was watching a commentary on this video where apparently Doug walked past that pool and was just like, hey, okay, I don't know how, but eventually I gotta jump in that pool. Like, I'll give him credit. He is dedicated to the art of comedy. Overall, well, I think I could have done better on this video, or at least I could do better now. But I still like how this turned out. I forgot I had a lot of really good moments in this. So, that's it for this commentary, for the most part. Like, just to let people know, give people a little clue, this is going to actually be a plot point in the future.
Take off your hat. Alright, Casper. I'm giving you to...
Anyway, so yeah, hope you enjoyed my ramblings and constant pauses and stuttering. Sorry about that. Like, subscribe, consider supporting me on Patreon, and if there's anything else you wanted to see me do a commentary on, talk about, leave it in the comments. So, thank you, and have a nice day.